Hi, welcome to VYAPT Growth Series, Season 2, Episode 59. In our growth series today, we have with us Mr. Binu Chandy, the CEO of PETRONAS Lubricants International. Our platform promotes authenticity of information and helps various businesses in their growth aspirations. We believe that the growth is solution for various challenges the world is facing today, and we strongly believe that our purpose drives our growth. Our guest today, Mr. Binu Chandy, is a dynamic business and strategy evangelist from oil and energy industry. In his various capacities, he has transformed businesses and helped them towards the path of growth. Let's hear more from him. Join me to welcome Mr. Binu Chandy. Namaskar. Welcome to VYAPT Growth Series.
Thank you. Thank you, Pankaj. Thank you for inviting me for this wonderful series. Really
So
appreciate it.
we are going to have some exciting conversation today, and we'll have our four curiosities followed by our rapid fire round. So
Looking forward to it.
I start with my first curiosity. What are the growth prospects of the Petronus lubricants and how is it creating value for its customers?
Yeah, so Pankaj, lubricant market in India is a very big market. It's the third largest lubricant market in the world. So it makes let's say economic sense for any multinational lubricant company to be present in India with their global brands and technology. As Petronas Lubricants, we are operating in this country for 10 plus years, okay, with our global brands. And of late, around 2019, we commissioned the state-of-the-art lubricant blending facility uh, closer to Mumbai. That's where our focus has shifted from maybe a OEM-driven organization to focusing on the high street business, which is the retail business, as most of the people understands.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the growth prospects for us is in three folds. One
Okay.
is we have a global association with motorsports, which is
Mm-hmm.
our core, let's say, philosophy that what we raise on the track, we get the similar performance to the people on the road. That's the
Okay.
philosophy which work on, and
Mm-hmm.
our core DNA is driven by the technological products which we offer to our customer. So, as
Mm-hmm.
Petronas, what we wish in this country is to give the state of the art product offerings for our
Mm-hmm.
consumers who otherwise, let's say, see us only during Formula Ones or the MotoGP or the Dakar Rally. They see us, but they were not able to, let's say, feel the quality of the product in India. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and our aim is that how do we get that kind of a performance for the enthusiast customer and consumers in this country. Okay, that's how we had set up this state of the art plant, and this plant produces the best class lubricant for all the segments in this country. When I say all the segments, we cater to the commercial vehicle segment, we cater to the agri segment, we cater to the personal mobility comprising of two-wheelers as well as passenger cars, and also we have now started getting into the industrial lubricant space as well. So that's overall the philosophy in which we work in India and the kind of offering which we are offering to the consumers and the customers in India.
That's so wonderful to hear the kind of growth prospects the Petronas has here in India. I'll go. I'll move on to my second curiosity, which is from the first curiosity itself. When we talk about a lot of growth, I'm sure it is accompanied by innovation as well. So, can you talk around what are the innovation happening within the lubricant industry to help unlock and maximize new energy sources?
As a layman, all of us are hearing that the source of energy is going to change. Okay, we are now for many decades dependent on the fossil fuel based lubricant technology, which you normally see in the marketplace. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
all our cars and two wheelers or trucks, they run on, let's say, lubricant which is produced by, let's say, the normal mineral based oil or a semi synthetic oil.
Mm-hmm.
What we have been seeing is the focus on the green energy is coming up very rapidly across the globe, which is
True.
also getting let's say very relevant in the automobile space as well. Okay, so we hear quite a lot on electric mobility getting, let's say, as the alternate source, and of late we have also seen many other alternate source of fuels which is being talked about. Okay, could be an LNG, could be a CNG, could be hydrogen fuel. Okay, or it could be even hybrid as well. So this space of lubricant industry is getting more and more innovative as we go by the day. Okay, because for the if I go back in my earlier days, it was, let's say, the all conventional thing which we used to see. Okay, there was no innovation, so you innovate on your brand, you innovate on your the channel, etc. But what we are seeing is the innovation in technology. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe we moved from BS4 to BS6 directly. Okay, we skipped one level of emission norms. Okay, and then now we are talking about electric mobility, hydrogen fuel, methanol based fuel. Okay, LNG coming in as the core source of fuel. What this puts a pressure back on the automobile industry and the lubricant players as well is to develop the technology which can give, let's say, the optimum performance irrespective of whatever is the source of fuel which is there. So that is the most exciting part in the industry as of now. And because we, let's say, as an organization, as I mentioned earlier, our core philosophy is to develop world class products and try it on the toughest of the tracks. Okay, so let's say we have launched our electric mobility solutions. Okay, a long time back, before even India started talking about electric mobility as a source of alternate fuel. Okay, we have launched our mobility solutions globally. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and as we speak now, we are also working with some of the automobile experts to have products pay for the hydrogen solutions or for the LNG solutions, etc., etc. So this is what is keeping all of us excited, as well as on our toes to see that how do we, let's say, move forward in this changing environment and the changing trend which is happening in the industry.
Okay. So, I'm sure this is primarily to stay relevant in the changing landscape and keeping pace with the changing technologies and the uses the world is going to have in coming years' time. So that was pretty relevant when you talk about the kind of innovation this industry is going to see in terms of lubricant space. Can you also talk around maybe you have a positioning around net zero emission by 2050, and that's quite a fantastic and a big work. I'm sure a lot of big work has to be done around it. So can you talk a little around it, your 2050 net zero emissions, and what kind of direct and indirect job opportunities this industry is creating for the masses as you go on innovate and become more relevant for our future needs.
So, Pankaj, now let's say the talk of the town is net zero. Okay, we'll talk about net zero by 2050, 2040, 2045. So, as an organization, we have set our target for net zero 2050. Okay,
Yeah.
there are four core principles in which we, as an organization, Global Petronus, is working around. Okay, and these four philosophies continue value creation for the globe. Okay, how can we safeguard the environment in whatever we do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how do we create a positive social impact? Okay, and how can we have a responsible governance to manage all this? So
Mm-hmm.
these are the four pillars in which we work around the globe. Coming back to, let's say, in India, okay, there are a lot of initiatives which the government is also taking, focusing on the net zero carbon or the carbon reduction norms. So just to have some examples, okay, so we had this NPR norms which has come up, which is basically recycling the plastics which we use. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so let's say as an organization, I am bound to process reprocess at least 40% of the plastics which I use. But let's say as Petronas, because we focus very high on the net zero, this year we have already crossed the 100% plastic, let's say, reprocessing for our facility in India.
That's wonderful.
Okay. The next part is that, okay, how can we be dependent on green source of energy? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so let's say when I talked about that we have a state-of-the-art manufacturing facility, almost 55 to 60% of our power consumption is derived out of the solar facility which we have installed in our facility. Okay, we do have a solar arm of Petronas also operating out of India. Okay, so that is, let's say, and our global norm, or the global norm in which we are working on the greenhouse gas reduction. Okay, so like for example, if I translate that to, let's say, India, my 2023 compared to 2022, my GHG reduction is more than 105 percentage. Okay, so in anything and everything what we do, we focus very heavily on the how can we be, let's say, emitting less carbon to the environment. The other thing which is catching up very fast, which will create a lot of employment for people, is on the circular economy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now let's say if you go very specific into the lubricant industry, you can see millions of vehicles on the road consuming lubricants. These
Mm-hmm.
lubricants go after a certain time period. When it gets drained out of your vehicle, it goes as a waste oil which gets used in different forms and different fashion across the country. One of the initiative, again with the help of the government of India, wherein they have, let's say, recommended that the oil companies or people should come forward and try to refine this base oil or the oil and create a re-refined base oil so that it can be reused and reproduced, so that you net you, let's say, you emit less harm to the environment.
Mm-hmm.
Focusing on that, we are working very closely with various government bodies and various other small scale industries to see how can we have a re-refined base oil facility which can be used for our requirement and also support maybe other companies who are willing to do participate in this whole journey. Okay, now this is going to create a lot of employment among in the industry for people to have a complete process wherein you get the used oil, get it to a particular place, have a refining process, come get it back to the respective customers. Again, you reprocess it and then create as a raw material which can be used for the production of fresh lubricants. So that will create a lot of employment as we go forward. The other one is, let's say, you see a lot of electric vehicles flying on the road. Okay, so we are also working with various small scale industries or small time entrepreneurs, that how can we facilitate them for creating charging facility, which could be a solution for the electric mobility, as well as could work as a revenue generator for those people who wants to participate in the whole journey. Okay. Alongside, as I mentioned, we also is working, let's say, very closely with couple of state governments to see that how do we create hydrogen fuel as an alternate fuel. So there are a lot of work going around in that space as well, which again will help creating a lot of job opportunities in the country. So in a nutshell, when we talk about, let's say, going from, let's say, conventional energy to green energy, all the initiatives which we are taking, all the initiatives will help creating jobs for different strata of people, some as entrepreneurs, some as employment opportunity, and some as business opportunity, large scale business opportunity for people to participate in this country.
That's so important for all of us with the kind of job opportunities we are seeing the industry is creating, and also you talked about how sustainable as a business we are going to be as we move forward, emitting less carbon in the atmosphere. With this curiosity, I move on to the rapid fire round. You have been exceptional in sharing the growth story and the kind of work the industry is doing to shape our future generations. I move on to the rapid fire round. Now, 10 questions coming to you has to be answered in one word, maximum a sentence. Are you ready?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so here I go. So here I go. I start with the first one. What's your last Google search?
Oh. Okay, so I like traveling, especially to travel by road. Okay, so this time over the year end, I'm not able to go for a long trip. So the last search was that okay, anywhere which I go, I can go in maybe 4 to 5 hours, chill out, and come back. Was the last search which I had.
Okay. Uh, so the second one is, what's your punchline or your favorite joke?
Okay. Okay, my favorite joke is, let's say the devil is invisible. Okay, you can see if you look at your Aadhaar card.
Very true. The third one is, what object do you misplace or
Okay.
lose the most?
You should go and ask my wife about it. It's the keys. Whether it is house key, car key, always I keep on searching for that.
Okay, the fourth one is, what non-existent job do you wish existed?
Okay. Mm. Okay, so I like traveling a lot, as I mentioned. Okay, so
Mhm.
if there is a job, which is a professional globe trotter. Okay,
Mhm.
I would
Mhm.
definitely like to take that job.
Okay. Uh, what motivates you the most?
Yeah. So what drives me is if I'm able to make a differentiation in anybody's life.
Mhm.
Okay, that way positive change in anybody's life. Okay, gives me a real kick.
Mhm.
So over and above my work, I do get involved into a lot of activities like that. Maybe at a later date we can have a detailed chat on that as well. But to put it very simply, like if I can influence somebody positively, okay, is what really keeps me motivated.
5 on 5 till now. I'll move on to the sixth one. Which quote resonates with you the most?
Hmm. So basically, if you can convert your knowledge, okay, into wealth, okay,
Mhm.
could be the future, could be a good future for all of us.
Okay, so that's the quote which resonates with you the most. We move on to the seventh one. Okay, so which movie or book or TV show changed your life? I mean, any one of them or all of them?
No, I think if I want to just name one, I think
Mm-hmm.
it's a Hindi movie
Mm-hmm.
called Lakshya. Lakshya.
Lakshya. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So I really like that movie. Very inspiring. If you
Mm-hmm.
really want to, let's say, decipher, I think there's a lot of motivating thing which you can decipher out of that movie actually.
The Hrithik Roshan's movie, right?
Yeah. The Hrithik Roshan's movie who gets into army, etc., etc.
Correct, correct, correct. So, fair enough. So, I move on to the eighth one. What trait defines you the most? I mean, or any one trait which defines you the most?
Uh, I think, see, I'm a very, let's say, meticulous guy. So maybe discipline is one thing which go maybe hand in hand with me. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
punctuality, discipline. I really value quite a bit all these things.
Okay. The second last question is, which phrase do you find yourself typing the most?
Okay, maybe don't worry, it's okay. We can manage or we can handle it.
Okay, and that's more of a leader's job.
Yeah.
Okay, the last one coming to you. What is your go-to snack? Something you can always have. If nothing is available, probably I can have this one.
Yeah, yeah, no. So I have one very, very favorite snack of mine, which
Mm-hmm.
is very unconventional, which is papad.
Okay.
So whenever I have to eat rice, I can't eat without a papad. So that's how I love papad.
Okay, so 10 on 10 to you, rapid fire questions. I'm sure it's been very interesting for you as well. Uh, and
Yeah.
I move on to my fourth curiosity now, which is about you as a leader. We talked around the business, the growth prospects. Now it's more about you as a leader. Can you talk around the lessons which you learned from your mentors or colleagues, etc., which has helped you in your journey so far?
Yeah. So Pankaj, if I go back to my let's say early school days, okay.
Mhm.
So I come from a very humble, maybe middle class family. Okay,
Mhm.
my dad used to work for a government organization at a not at a management level, at a very, let's say, medium level kind of a thing. I
Mhm.
started my schooling from a government aided school. Okay, so and then during my higher secondary and college, I got an opportunity to go into good institution and then build myself. Okay, so and then during that journey, I have met lot of, let's say, mentors, colleagues, friends, okay, of different, let's say, of different attitude, of different, let's say, profile, okay, some, let's say, very senior people, some very mediocre people, and maybe some at a very normal below strata kind of people as well. But what I
Mhm.
see common in everybody is, okay, one thing is, so I told that my core value is discipline and integrity and then punctuality. This I
Mhm.
have picked up seeing people. Okay. So you look at any kind of people, okay, one thing which comes, let's say, as a synonym to all the successful people, okay, is discipline, hard work, okay, being true to yourself, okay, and let's say learning from anything and everything, whatever you see and do. So I
Mhm.
always tell my team that learning never stops. Okay, at any age of your life, at any moment of your life, if you are interacting with your child, you are interacting with your subordinate, you are interacting with your boss, you can learn out of it. Okay, so if I want to put everything into a nutshell, okay, what I would like to talk about is that, or leave a message with people, is that there is no substitute to hard work. Okay, there is, you have to be disciplined. Okay, integrity has to be at the highest level. Okay, you need to be, let's say, be truthful to yourself rather than being truthful to anybody else. Okay, and be as what you are. Okay, rather than trying to be somebody else, or let's say trying to maybe live a life which others are living. Okay, that will not take you anywhere. Okay, so my, let's say, mantra of success is that, okay, you do your part of the job, okay, and rest will be taken care of.
That's a very important message coming from Binu, that there's no substitute of hard work, and being true to yourself is also one of the mantras of success. Uh, and keep on learning in this fast changing world, and that will actually help you in long term. That's wonderful message coming from you, Binu, and we thank you for being here at VYAPT Growth Series. Some immense conversation we had, and I'm sure our viewers must have got a lot of knowledge and insight as we promote the authenticity of information, and we promote a lot of we help. I think your information would help a lot of MSMEs and other businesses as well to propagate the direction of growth and help in the growth aspirations in the coming year ahead. Thank you so much, Binu, for being with us in VYAPT Growth Series.
My pleasure, Pankaj. Thank you very much. Thank you for inviting me to this platform. I really enjoyed this session. Thank you. Good luck to all of you. Thank you.